Jared, for module A, we're doing the castle. How do you suggest we should structure the body paragraphs when the stimulus can go from general to very specific? 100%, where it asks about one element like sound. For module A, when you get a question specifically on something like sound, does that mean your whole essay is on sound? The answer to that is no. The answer to that is that whilst you have to emphasize sound more and make sure you talk about the types of sound, like hopefully you had already talked at some point about a soundtrack or music or dialogue, because you have diegetic sound and you have non-diegetic sound. So diegetic sound is sound that can be heard by the characters within the film. So dialogue, okay, dialogue is a really important one. It's the most important one. And then you have non-diegetic, where if there are any soundtracks in the background or things that the characters can't actually hear but the audience can, non-diegetic sound, right? You would really emphasize those kind of elements and you would use those words a lot more than you otherwise would. But doesn't mean that all of the evidence you had that wasn't about sound is no longer relevant. No, it doesn't, because the sound can be an amplifier of those other things. So hopefully what you want to do is at least one point in every body paragraph, you want to make specific reference to the type of sound that's relevant. So maybe you had a piece of dialogue in there. Like obviously dialogue is sound. So you would want to say the use of this dialogue as an important element of the film's sound or diegetic sound, ideally. So you say the type of sound, because you never want to just repeat the word of the question. You want to say what type. So you would say dialogue here is used as an important element of the film's diegetic sound too, and then you go on to say what you were already going to say. So ideally, try and locate one piece of evidence in each body paragraph that is connected to sound, and then make that really clear and make sure you're using the word sound even if you weren't going to use it in the first place. And then when you talk about your other pieces of evidence, you can say this use of sound amplifies or reinforces this. Okay, so you can kind of use sound to set the tone of the paragraph, and ideally maybe talk about it first, and then you can connect the other things by saying, look, sound works in combination with this. So it's not like you only talk about sound, it's just that it should be kind of the point that's most emphasized in each body paragraph, and you can talk about how it connects to the other things, but you can still preserve all of your other points. Again, you just need to make it explicitly clear to the marker how you're actually talking about sound.